Welcome back to Data Cloud Now's live coverage of Snowflake Summit in San Francisco, the world's largest data and AI conference. I'm now joined by Luis Sanz, CEO of CARTO. Luis, such a pleasure to have you on the program today.
Thank you, Ryan. Very nice to be here.
Luis, CARTO's goal is to spatially enable every data analyst, making them more productive and impactful within their companies. How is CARTO showing the way for your clients?
Yeah, no, as you say, our mission is to democratize access to spatial analysis, and the way we do that is by giving people access to the classical tools that every data analyst is using every day, as opposed to having to use specific tools with have data working in a silo that you have to learn separately, et cetera, et cetera. So for us, the most important thing is working together with providers that enable a seamless integration with their data, and then giving them access to low-code analytics, SDKs for developers that are easy to use, and then building end-to-end applications so they can actually solve real business problems, which is at the end of the day what we're all doing here. Yeah.
Great perspective. Thank you so much. How does the AI Data Cloud enable these insights, Luis?
So pretty much for us, the data cloud is really important because historically, spatial data has been siloed in what is called, particularly your spatial information systems data has been siloed in systems that regular analysts don't have access to. So by partnering with the AI and data cloud, what we can actually achieve is actually bringing the analysis where the data is already living and making accessible all those large data sets to our customers. A great example of that will be, for example, the Overture Foundation data set. That's an open data set that we partner with Snowflake to make free through the Snowflake marketplace for all Snowflake customers. And that's a data set that has a lot of POIs, points of interest across the world. It's contributed by a lot of large organizations such as Meta, Amazon, Microsoft. And historically, working with something like that will require you to procure that data set somewhere else, kind of like do a proper ETL into your system, and then you will have to transform that data to be able to match your own internal geographic infrastructure. So by working with Snowflake and CARTO, now it takes a couple of clicks to start being able to analyze all that data.
Great to hear. Ease of use, very much at the forefront. As we're aware, Luis, the hot topic remains AI. How is CARTO's AI-powered spatial insights boosting productivity?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. Obviously, it's very important for us these days because we're natively integrated with the Snowflake. We can actually directly leverage all the innovations that you're making on the front. So we can leverage Cortex AI directly to be able to take spatial analysis and make it accessible to even more people. Just to give you some perspective, if you think about geographic information systems, there are like maybe 2 million analysts in the world that can do that. If you think about SQL analysts and things like that, like the number will be 80 million, so that's already a 40x increase. But if you think about all the people that instead of using SQL could query a data set or look at the map and interpret a map just using natural language, that's 8 billion. So that's a bigger step for everyone. So that's where we're going. Last week we actually released CARTO AI agents, which is pretty much a way to enable our customers to query their own data in Snowflake and their own dashboards and pretty much get insights without actually having to understand the underlying data structure. And that's a very powerful value proposition for all of them.
Luis, congratulations on the recent release. And I want to stick with current events. The excitement is clearly all around us here at Snowflake Summit. And I helped kick off the Data for Good hackathon, and CARTO partnered the event. From your seat as CEO, why is using CARTO's platform for good so near and dear to everything that you do, Luis, and what results are you seeing?
Yeah, CARTO origins are actually based on biodiversity, kind of like our founder, Javier de la Torre, started tracking endangered species and using spatial analysis to track that. So this is something that has always been very close to the mission of the company. But the most important thing is that if you look at the main challenges that humanity has in front of them right now, most of them have a geospatial component. If you think about climate change or climate resilience, how you actually combat climate change, but not only that, but also how do you adapt and how communities need to evolve to actually adapt to the new climate reality. That's all a geospatial problem. If you think about demographics, food insecurity, housing problems, all those policy problems have a very clear geospatial component. So for us, kind of like many of the things that we're solving on an everyday basis are actually some of the biggest problems that we're all facing these days. So there is not a better moment to be working on something like spatial analysis and geography these days.
Well, Luis, I want to say thank you for everything you and the team are doing.
Thank you.
What's next for CARTO?
Well, for us, the core of everything that we do is trying to help our customers to become more productive. This year we just got the Partner of the Year award for telco from Snowflake, which is certainly something that, thank you, which is particularly relevant for us because at the end of the day, our innovation always goes where our customers are taking us. Historically, for telcos, the most important challenge has been how do you take all those data sets that keep growing and growing and becoming more massive every day, and you seamlessly analyze those without actually having to be moving data around. And the data cloud is actually a really nice way for us to do that. So the next big thing that we're working on there is trusted support, which is something that all our partners in the telco space, or for example on the insurance space when it comes to flooding risk or wildfire risk and things like that, are taking very seriously, and bringing all those data silos into the data cloud is where we're going.
Well, thank you so much for joining me here at Data Cloud Now. Clearly, it's all happening here at Snowflake Summit this week.
Thank you. The pleasure is mine, Ryan. Take care.
And for the audience watching, I'm Ryan Green, and this is Data Cloud Now.